প্রিয় দর্শক, বিরতির পর আবার এডুকেশন আওয়ারে আমরা কথা বলছি আমাদের টপিক এ লেভেল অ্যাচিভমেন্টস। জাস্ট কয়েকদিন আগেই আমাদের এ লেভেল রেজাল্ট বের হলো, আর আমরা কথা বলছি আমাদের স্টুডেন্টদের সাথে। They did so well and we are celebrating their successes. A stars, A's, and different universities they are going to study. We are talking to them about their aims and aspirations as well as their future plan. So this is a great opportunity to talk to our children and celebrate their successes. So welcome back, Daniel and Tawhid. Welcome back to show again, and Tasin. Welcome back, and Tasnia. Welcome back. Before break, I talked to two of you, but now I'll go to you, Daniel. Would like to hear your plan for the future. Anything you have a plan in your mind? It might change over the years, but what is your plan in your head?
I'll do my degree, maybe do a master's, then try find a job, good job, something I enjoy. I haven't really figured out what line of work I'll go into. I think I'll figure that out like as I grow older. I'll find out what I like, and then maybe start a business, maybe, I don't know, do...
So you have a few things on your plate, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess I'll figure out as I go along, but I'm just trying to focus on the things I enjoy now.
Enjoy now. Definitely, I can see that. And it's a new kind of environment you're going to start.
Yeah.
And it might change your you can change your direction throughout your studies, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a very good way of thinking. Yes, please. Tasim?
Yeah, so in the very far future, I think I want to go somewhere in politics, perhaps an MP, maybe Prime Minister,
Very good.
who knows?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
One day, I can count on your vote, right?
Yeah, that time I might be calling you on your text to say, I want to interview. Can I come with education of our people to your
To
chamber?
Downing Street, yeah.
With your chamber, in your chamber.
So that's like more in the like very far future. I think right after uni, I either want to do a conversion course into law, I don't know, I think that's interesting.
Yes.
Or perhaps like go into investment banking.
Very good. So this is a couple of things in your mind, but definitely you have intention to do some sort of explore political areas in the future.
In the future.
Definitely, this is very good, and we think we need more women as well as men in mainstream politics in this country.
Especially Bengali, right?
Yes, there are people, but still we need to see more mainstream. I know in British Bangla, a lot of like our age people, what they do, we do a lot of Bangladeshi politics.
Yeah.
But we are doing this country politics as well, but we need to do more and more, isn't it? And encourage them, and this is a very good thing to do. Now, when you did, I mean, obviously this year is in COVID year, I would like to talk very briefly about your style of study and support you received from schools and parents. What kind of support did you receive from your parents and from schools? And how did you manage your course study, Daniel?
So I think I'm lucky to have parents that, because a lot of parents don't really care about their children's education. I'm lucky to have parents that do. And I think the fact that they pushed me quite a lot, they had certain expectations of me. I feel like that motivated me to work harder to make sure I essentially make them proud, and they've put a lot of work and effort. They always ask me, oh, how was school today? They always make sure that I'm doing my work, make sure I'm well behaved. So I'm focused on getting good grades. I think there was a lot of emotional support as well, so it was more putting the pressure on me. And because they know that I do work under pressure, and when the pressure's off me, I mess around quite a lot, but they made sure that I stayed on the right track.
Not on the computer games or something else?
Sometimes, but but they made sure that I was doing the right amount of work.
Okay, this is very good. What about from your teachers or school?
Yeah, so I'm lucky to go to a good sixth form. So
which one is this?
Harris Westminster.
Okay,
Yes, Westminster. So so they gave us a lot of homework, a lot of work. They really pushed us, and because it was online, it was a bit more difficult asking for teachers' help. But no, they helped us, and especially because I was applying to maths, there was a lot of support for maths. So yeah, I was lucky to have a lot of support.
This is very good.
Yeah.
Okay, Tasnia, I'm talking about the support, encouragement from parents or sibling. You can say you have older siblings as well, and from school.
Yeah. So
which school did you go to?
Newham Collegiate Sixth Form.
Newham Sixth Form.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my parents' case, I feel like they were very supportive in a way that didn't pressurize me as well. So they trusted in me to do well, revise. So they didn't really check up with me in the sense like, oh, did you do your homework today? Because they knew that I would always get things done. And also my sisters, obviously they're both in the medical field, so my sister's a doctor now and my other sister's doing pharmacy. And so just having them and seeing them study, seeing them go to school, seeing how like rewarding it is in their line of work, that just inspired me as well to get involved in a job that is rewarding, that gives back to others as well in the community. And also my school it has a whole branch that specialises in medicine and dentistry. So we actually got real life dentists, past students, helping us with personal statement writing, doing MMI panels, like mock interviews, and so my school was very supportive in that sense.
This is very good to hear that. Tawhid, your support from, I know, and which school? Can you name the school or college did you go to?
I went to a private school called Howells in Cardiff. Luckily,
it's a very famous one, isn't it? There.
I could say that. I'll talk about my school first, I guess. Luckily, alhamdulillah, I had a scholarship to that school, so I was able to.
Congratulations.
I was able to study at a good place, all thanks to my parents, of course. They gave me a lot of support as well, especially when lockdown happened, when schools closed down. They continued to give me that support, continued to do the online lessons every day, make sure that it almost felt as though school was still going on. So I had a lot of support in terms of education as well. For in terms of like becoming a doctor and studying medicine, I had a lot of support from this company called Be Synergetic as well, which really helped me with writing personal statements, preparing for university, what I'm going to expect. They really, I guess, helped me prepare myself for the future. And I know,
So do you have siblings, older siblings?
Yeah, my older brother, he's always been that person, I guess. He's always helped me when I have like queries or something. I'm not sure. He's always been that person I can speak to. So he has given me that support as well.
Absolutely.
He's studying in university right now, Mahfouz. He's going to do good one day.
Excellent, very good. What about yourself? I know you had a lot of support, particularly from the school, especially they have targeted. I mean, any kind of particular support did you receive?
In terms of my school, they gave me a lot of support, like academically, like my teachers. Most of them, they stayed in the main school building and not in sixth form centre. And I remember, me personally, I preferred working in school than working at home. So most days, our lessons finished at 2:30, but our study centre stayed open till 6. So I would stay and study till 6. And I remember a lot of the times I'd leave study, I'd go to my teachers and ask for help. They helped me in terms of that. I think they helped a lot in terms of the Oxbridge process as well, because that wasn't easy in terms of like personal statements and interviews and stuff. So they really helped with that. And I think they also helped us emotionally as well. They had really good mental health support, because obviously I think being in a high pressure environment like that, it wasn't easy, and our mental health did take a hit. I know mine did, especially in the pandemic as well. And I remember like my teachers or like my head of year, he would like email me every couple of days to just make sure I'm okay. That was helpful.
So this is very good to hear from parents, from schools, the support you had before you applied to the university and before your results. So this is very good to hear that. We have got a few minutes to go. I'm going to ask 4 of you to give some good tips to the students or parents. Those are watching our program. Maybe they'll be joining university next year. And maybe 1 or 2 tips you can begin with to give them something they can do. As you mentioned, with when they're stressed, what can they do?
Yeah.
Or something. Some people worry a lot. Depending on, we are different. Human beings, and we are not the same. We act different way. So Daniel, any good tips with the preparation, managing your coursework? What do you think?
I feel like you should, especially with A-levels, you should work as hard as you can, because like it's not easy.
So you achieved 4 A stars. You said that.
Yeah.
So
I had to work very hard for that.
Right.
So no one's really born with the ability to get 4 A stars. You still have to work. You have to work very hard. And I think one tip for the parents is, especially because we've had the pandemic and it's been very tough, and as she said, mental health is very important. And I think with parents especially Bengali parents, maybe they don't understand the impact of mental health as much.
Some
Yeah,
Bengali
some,
parents,
yeah.
yes.
So because you should definitely check on your children, because
Definitely.
even if they're happy, even if they seem happy, maybe they're suffering, because the pandemic has made studies very tough.
Yep.
Maybe there are other issues going on, but
Effect of long
I'd say,
COVID
yeah,
as
I'd
well,
say
yeah.
having good mental health is also very important in achieving good grades. If you try to stay as stressed as possible, like if you feel stressed, try to do something you enjoy. Maybe listen to music, read a book, watch TV. And yeah, managing stress is very important as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely, I believe all of you agree with that. I mean, on the top of that, would you like to give any kind of tips with the study or anything?
As you said, I feel as though you are, it's important, of course, to work hard, make sure that you do dedicate a lot of your time to studies, but also it's important to make sure you do have some time off just to, I guess, re-energize yourself, make sure that you are ready to fully go at it with your studies. I think it's also important to make sure that you realize that you're not alone, you have a lot of people that can support you as well, because in A levels, at times you feel as though, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Make sure that you understand that, for example, you have your parents with you. My parents have supported me quite a lot throughout my whole from my whole academic life and my whole life. So I feel as though it's always important to make sure that if you feel as though you need some questions answered or you have some worries, always understand that your parents are there for you.
Definitely. Tasnia, any good tips to those students and parents, what they have mentioned on the top of that, so that some can get at least one tips or two tips from you?
Yeah, so I think in terms of studying for students, the most important thing you can do is focus on learning from your mistakes, and I think that is actually easier said than done. So what my school would do is, in order to make us learn from our mistakes, every time you do, for example, like a pack of exam questions, it was mandatory to fill in this sheet at the front, which would say exactly where you went wrong, why you didn't get the question, and where you need to get the mark and what to remember for next time. And they would condense it onto one sheet so that you just look through those. You wouldn't have to look at your actual exam questions. You'd just look at that. You'd realise, okay, I did that wrong. Make sure I remember that for next time. And we'd have like mistakes books, so like certain phrases to always remember to add, certain words. And then I think in terms of advice for parents is focus on making sure that your child is doing subjects that they want to do, not pushing anything onto us.
But they can consult with the parent, they can talk to parents.
Yeah, but never like push them into anything.
Only one or two professions that used to, but
Yeah.
now our students are going in different professions, and not only doctor, not only barrister.
Yeah. Because I actually did do maths at the beginning, only because my dad would say, you know, both of your sisters do maths, like it's a good subject to have. And so I did actually pick maths. So I did 4 A-levels at the start, but then I realised like I just did not like maths at all. I hated it so much. I remember we did mechanics and I was like, oh my God, I can't do this for another whole year. So I spoke to my dad about it and he was like, are you sure you want to drop it? And I was like, I think I'd rather do like a subject like geography, which I actually really love, enjoy. Like I sit in my lessons and I'm engaged. And I think I can get a better grade doing something that I love. And then he understood and he realised, okay, you do whatever you think is right for you.
That's very good. Tasnia, finally.
So I think for students,
Tasin.
Tasin, yeah. There's Tasnia Tasin, so it's okay.
Yeah.
For students, I would say don't burn yourself out, because I know I'm guilty of doing it and it's not great. Like consistently staying stressed and like staying on top of all your work, at one point you're going to burn out if you don't take a break. And when that burnout comes, it takes long to burn back in. So I would say take frequent breaks, because after one point, if you sit in one place and keep staring at one piece of paper, I promise you, it will not go into your head as effectively as if you took breaks. And I think in terms of parents, I'd echo on what he said in terms of like supporting your kids with their mental health, because I know my parents. At the start of like when I started my A-level journey, I don't think they quite understood like the pressure that I was under, and I think once they did, it was really helpful and really supportive to like hear from your parents like it's okay to take a break. I remember there'd be times where I'd be so stressed, I'd be like to my mum, I can't do it anymore, like I'm done, and my mum would be like, it's okay, like relax, it's
Very
okay.
good.
So I'd say that's really helpful.
Thanks to all four of you. Thank you, Tawhid. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Tasnia, and thank you, Tasin, for coming and giving your all good grades. We know now your results, your subject, your future, some aspirations and aims, and you gave some good tips. We will be talking to your parents during the last segment, and make sure when you go home, say thanks to your parents, both parents,
Of course.
all
will do.
siblings,
Yeah.
and your teachers too as well.
Yeah.
And another request to you, when you have chance to visit Bangladesh, do visit Bangladesh. I know we don't have much time today to talk about that, but inshallah, whenever please do make effort to go to Bangladesh to see your
Inshallah.
roots from there.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future we'll talk one day about Bangladesh. প্রিয় দর্শক, আমরা কথা বললাম আজকের এ লেভেল অ্যাচিভমেন্টস। আমাদের স্টুডেন্টরা অত্যন্ত ভালো করেছে। 4 জনের সাথে কথা বললাম। They are going to many good universities. They are going to study. They gave a lot of tips, and they did really brilliantly their results. In the future, I'm sure they are going to do really well. আমরা তাদের প্যারেন্টদের সাথে কথা বলবো লাস্ট সেগমেন্টে এসে। এবং আপনারা যারা প্যারেন্টসরা যারা প্রোগ্রাম দেখছেন এবং স্টুডেন্টরা, প্লিজ ডু এনকারেজ ইউর চিলড্রেন টু স্টাডি অ্যান্ড গো টু ওয়ার্ল্ড ক্লাস ইউনিভার্সিটিস ইন দিস কান্ট্রি। অ্যান্ড ইভেন one student I know from Brompton Manor, he is going to Harvard as well.
Yeah.
আমাদের একটা ছোট্ট বিরতির পর আবার দেখা হচ্ছে। আমাদের সাথেই থাকবে।